Let's get started. Demo first of remove background. So here I build a one web application which will remove your any which will remove background from any image. So choose a file. So for example, I'll take this guy and choose this guy. And once I choose, see that is automatically get clean that background and asking to the download location. So let me put the download location over here, save it, and it's got automatic download. And once I open, see image background has been removed from this image. So this will be implement in this session, and also will deployed in Docker, so that you can just deploy in your uh, any hosting environment easily. So let's get start implementation. So before implementation, I especially recommend you first time visit my channel. So go to my channel, which is .NET Real World Example, and here you two things is required. First is Python. So let find that Python. If you knew first Python over here, so you can just find over here that Python programming, and you can get the series of that Python, so that you can get an idea actually what is Python and how we can easily write the code for this this web applications, right? And also one more things, I especially recommend for deployment perspective. So you have to look for that Docker one as well, because this application also will create a Docker image and create a container and deployed in our any hosting environment like Azure or any Google Cloud and all, right? So you also just taken care this Docker, how is creating the image, how create a container, how we can run the application in the Docker. So these two things actually I recommend before we start. So let's get start. So first what I will do, simply I just go to that any locations where I want to create this project. So I'll show you that from the scratch. So I'll go to the project folder, and let me quickly create a new folder over here that is called remove background busy, right? And then open this folder and uh, go to this path, actually open this folder in our BS code. So there is a many way. Ideally you can just go to directly uh, copy this path and go to your BS code, or there's another way also. Go back and just choose this location, right? And open a terminal over here, and just use code dot, so it will redirect to this directory in your VS code automatically, so you don't need to take in care of anything. So see, this is my VS code is open using this that current directory which we have just created. As of now we don't have anything, but yeah, we'll just create and we'll start from that scratch. So what you need to do first actually, for this remove background, I have to create a first basic, and then we'll go to advanced, because basic is to understand okay how easily that library that package actually remove that background from that image. So for this I have to require some packages. So for package I have to just create one requirement file over here. So let me call that requirement dots text file. Okay, so I'll just create a requirement.txt file, and in this requirement.txt file I have to require, as of now for that basic I require two package. First is just remove background, so this is that guy, right? REMBG, right? And now second one I required pillow. So these two packages as of now required, but yeah, in later I'll add then because this is a basic one. So once I use that web application, so I have to record the flask package as well. So that will add it in later, but yeah, as of now this is fine. And now another one, what I have to do, I have to just create one Python script, right? So let me create another file that is called basic.py or extension, and here I simply have to write to how we can remove that image, right? So first whatever package I just imported, right, so that I have to just get it from that package. For example, I'll take that now remove package, right? So from that remove package I require that RMB, right? And then another one I required from that image thing. So let me bring back this two package over here as a reference. So once it's done, now simply I have to just create a variable as a input, right? And in this input I have to use this image dot open, and then we have to just specify our uh, image name over here. So once I leave that image, so as of now I don't have an image, so let me quickly add one image. For example, go to download, take any image, for example this guy, right? So let me add this guy over here, right? So see, this is that image which have that backgrounds, right? So which will be removed. As of now is a basic one, then we will do in the advanced one. So this is that image, and also just copy that image name over here. So what is my image name? So copy from here and go to here and just paste it over here. So this is my image name. The next output, whereas I have to get that output, so let me add as a output variable and just use that remove package. And this, in this remove package, nothing, we just pass whatever I've just input, take the image. So total complete path I have to pass over here, right? So this is the way. And then finally, once this remove package will be remove that background, see, this is the package itself do whatever we require, right? So we don't need to do any specific logic we have to put over there, so they will handle automatically. And then finally we have to just store as a output. So where I want to output, so what would be the name of the output, I just make it over here, that as of now out.png. So whatever name you can just put it. So that's all. See, this is the 3-line code. You can remove image from any you can remove background from any image, right? So this is a nice tool which we can host it as well. Don't worry about that, that part I'll take care. So what I will do now, simply I will try to run. So go to that new terminal over here and go to that command prompt. And once you command prompt, first of all, actually this is dependent, right? This package is dependent for this program, so I have to just import all that dependency which I just added over here. So in this case, what I need to do, pip install and then -r and then this requirement file, and then hit enter. So it will take all that file over here in this your local machine, and it will install and create a bundle. Okay, so once you done, see, already we have, so that's why it's not taking but time. But yeah, definitely if you do first time, definitely it will take some time. Okay, so that is done. Now second things, just we have to run this application. So how we can run this application, let me clear that. So here Python, let me add that Python, and make sure this Python also you have to install. So that also you can make sure first Python, and then basic and .py, and that hit enter. See, once it's done, it's got automatically create this out folder, right? Means out image. So once I click that guy, see that image, remove that background. What is my real one? This is my real one, and it's got removed from here. That also we can make sure, like for example, I'll just open any other tools, we can make sure it is remove or not. So let me open that PowerPoint and create any blank solution and just remove additionally this guy, and let me drag and drop this guy to here. So it is not drag and drop over here. So yeah, then what I will do, so simply I have to go to that path, okay, and here I can just remove which one, this is the remove one, right? So open this guy and drag and drop over here. So see, once I drag and drop, you will see there is a no background, right? Because background we have clean. So same things I'll show you for which we have without removal, right? So let me drag and drop this guy. See, this is that actual one and this is that remove one. So this is the difference you can just specify over here, right? So how easy, right? So now this is that basic one, right? So let me minimize this guy. So this is that basic way. Just simple, I have to use that remove package, it will remove that background, right? So now I'll take a advanced way, like will be as a we see this as a demo, right? So in this demo we'll see we have to create this web application which will accept it, choose that location, and then automatically will save that directory. So this is that advanced way, so which will be used for this. For this implementation, what I need to do, I have to use another package that is called flags, right? So let me quickly uh, import that is the requirement file over here. So let me import that guy, save it, right? And then again you have to just uh, fire this command, that command, yeah, pip install requirement and requirement file, so that whatever new edit package they will also got install in your local, right? So once it's done, see, automatically it is done. Let me clear that, and then we can start our programming. So what I will do here, then again I'll just create a new file which is called app.py. It is a main file, and here I will just start the programming which will accept the browser supported, right? So for this, first I have to add some package, is import some package, for example flags. So just import the flags on the render template, and let me bring back so that you can also able to see. So yeah, see, so like this way, this is that actually we required. Import the flags and render template and then send file, right? Why we have to use, so I'll tell you in later, but yeah, as of now this is fine. And then the another one is this guy, so which we already check in our basic part, right? So we require that remove background. And then one more actually we have to require, that is called image one, which I already covered in our basic one. So that is also fine. And the last one we have to require import output, right? So that I can import the file and output the file, means save the file. So these four import uh, required, right? So first we have to just import this guy, and then we can start our applications script. So first I'll just add that app, and using that flash, and then adding that name, whatever name I want, right? So adding this guy, and then I'll just use a route, so that I can just download and get and post whatever request I want, so I can do that. So once it's done, now I have to just create one function which will handle everything, right? So let me add a function, upload function, so that I can upload. Once I create a function method, and then we have to put some logic over here. So what is my first logic? First let me check if it is post, right? If it is post, so let me add, yeah, if it is post, then what we need to do, we have to just create a file, right? And we can make sure, okay, if it is file and then it is not found, so we can add as a not found file. So we can just check in a few script over here, and then if it is not found file, means if it is not file, so that it will return. And then if it is found, so that means we will store whatever file in this file location. Let me close this guy. And then once I get the file, then also again I have to check, okay, it is selected or not, right? So if it is selected or empty, so that also we can just make sure, okay, if file name is equal to empty, then what I can do, simply return is file is not selected, right? So those are checked, actually we can do that, right? And then what I can do, if these all the check is completed, then we have a file, right? So let me add it is a file exist, right? And then we can get that file as a stream, so as like we done in the basic one, right? So we will just create that image as a local variable, and then get that whatever file and the stream get that stored in this image. And once I store that image, then also we have to just create as a output folder, right? So this remove function will be removed, and also we will use this processor mask, right? This will be remove that background, and also there's additionally I just added masking as a true. And then another variable we have to record, which is image input output. So we'll just create an instance of that, and then whatever image we are trying to get, that will have to store or save it like this way. Like we will use a save method that we can save it, right? And then finally have to use this input output method to seek method and pass it to as a starting point of 0, and then finally where we want to store our image, right? So that mechanism we can add it over here as a return, right? So this is the return mechanism, and this return I'll just use the send file, and this is that image input output directory, and then what are the type, and the attachment, this is a attachment true, and as well as download name and all, whatever the download name, you can just put it over here. So like this way actually we can create, and then finally we have to just return that simple uh, index.html, right? Because it is a web browser supported, right? So that's why what I can do, simply I just add it as a return it, right, this guy, and that's it. And also just make sure this is a proper formatting. So this is that proper formatting. So right, like this way actually we can simply just create it up. This guy also, he has some issue, right? So I think some formatting is missing, where that we will fix, not a issue. But yeah, as of now let me complete first. Like another things actually we have to just do over here. After that, once I complete this function, so I have to just create this another function. If it is name equal to main, then we have to run actually, which is the running our post and host, right? So that we have to make sure over here like this way. So that's all for that image creation, and this is the way actually we can easily create our script to remove our background as a web supported in Python. So that is done, and let me fix this guy. What is the issue over here? So it should be something we miss over here. Let me quickly debugging. So yeah, I think if you closely observe over here, see this and this, right? So see the formatting issue, like it should be in this direction, right? So like this direction. So let me quickly one backspace, right, and just make it a formatting, right? So this is done. So once done all the scripting, right, so what you need to do, I have to record one more things. For example, see, I just added one index.html, right? So that design I actually required, means that HTML actually I required, so that when our application is running, so this index.html can run in your main page, right? Means your main startup page. So that actually we have to prepare. So what I will do for that, I have to just actually required, I have to just create one folder inside this guy. So let me quickly create a folder, new folder, and folder name is template, and in this template I'll just create one uh, file that is called index.html, and let me add that file, new file, is a index.html. And inside here what I will do, simply I'm not going to details for that, but yeah, it is simply as a design page, right, which we have a HTML tags over here, which have a head and the body, and this in this body is whatever forms, like actually input and output a submission, right, remove button and import the button. And also we have adding some script over here which will handle, like, okay, once you click, so what will be happen, once I remove, so what will be happen, right, once I change, so what will be happen, right? So some actually also we have to just add some script. So it is just normal javascript, right, javascript along with this and that guy, right? So I'll share you this complete file in our here, but yeah, this is just simple one, so that's why I'm not creating and wasting the time over here. So once you're done, now I have complete scripting along with the template, right? So once you're done, so go back to app.py file. See, that's why actually I using this render template, so that I can render whatever that our template, right? So once you're done, now let me run this application. So go to the terminal, new terminal, and go to that path. So before run that command, what I will do, we have to just make sure like whatever the dependencies, right? So like these are the dependencies, right? So that properly install or not. So we will do one more time, like pip install and then r hyphen r requirement, and that specify that requirement file, and that hit enter. I've just used PowerShell is command, so that's why I have to specify the path. But yeah, if you use that command prompt, so you don't need to do that. Simply you can just use that requirement.txt file. So here see, they actually trying to download whatever their dependency. So you have to wait sometimes to dependence or download the other dependency. So once you complete download the package and all, right? So see, this is the completed. So now what I will do, simply I just clear this guy and I will run my application. So the run command again, python, and then using my app.file, right, and that hit enter. Now my application is got running in this two listening point, right? One is a local host, one is your the IP, but also you can just use in your local host, like copy this guy and open any new browser and just adding over here, instead of this IP you can just change it a localhost. So let me, both way actually will work. So let me show you with the localhost. Now my application is running perfectly, right? So let me see how it is working perfectly as well. Now choose this file and let me take any background image, for example this guy, right? Let me take this guy. So now it is a download part, right? So once they have actually completed, now they're asking to download path. So I'll just use the download path over here, save it. So now it's got save it, right? So now actually by default I just choose the different image, so that's why it's taking this guy. But yeah, we can make sure it is working fine or not. So let me quickly where is my download path? So here is my download path. This is my image. Simply I can just drag and drop, right? And see, now background has got removed, right? So, and if you want to see the real one, so real one image would be something different, right? So go to the download and yeah, this guy, see, this is that real image and this is after removing that image. So this is that got difference, right? So like this way actually we can easily create our application as a web application using the Python, and we can create. And also now is a part, like I will create a Docker container, an image. First I'll just create an image and then use running this image in my Docker container, so that image can host it easily for any environment, right? So that's why I will use. So let me quickly remove this guy and also close this application. Now we will start the part of the deployment. So first I have to just create one Docker file for that. So what would be the name of the Docker file? You can just use it anything, but yeah, I'll just create a new file over here and then make it that Docker, right? And in this Docker file, first I have to just Python version we have to specify over here, which Python version. So I'll just prefer over here as of now 3.9, and then just create a work directory over here. So let me create a work directory and then copy that requirement file. So let me quickly copy that requirement file. Make sure whatever that name, that is perfectly should be match for this name and this name, right? So let me just make sure whatever the name, that is proper. So let me save it or just make it name whatever name I just added. And then the another command would be that pip install command. So whatever that now package dependency, that should be installed using this guy. So let me also make sure this name and this man should be match, right? So once we match, so once we install, then we have to copy that directory from that root directory, and then expose that now um, the port. So this is my port which way I want to expose, and finally I want to run this command like python and then this file. So this is the way actually we can do that. So once you complete your script docker file, right, one more thing actually required, that is this guy, you net, this guy like u2net on x, right? So this model actually you required. So there is a two way. Ideally you can just keep it or leave it as optional, so it will take a download while you're running your application. But there's another way you can just use it. Simply you can just download, okay, and you can just keep it uh, in your root folder, that exe file, that onx file over here, so that it's avoiding to download, right? So that I will do that. Simply you just copy this guy and hit the download. I already download, so I'll just, what I will do, say this is that file. So I just simply drag and drop in my root folder over here. So go back to here, and that's it, right? So like this way actually you can just use it, this file. Either if you don't want to use, if your bandwidth and all is good, so you can just remove this code, or if you want, so you can just simply download and store in your root location and specify the path. So this is the way. So like this way, now we can good to go to create my image. So what I will do, simply go to the terminal, go to that new terminal, and here just choose that command prompt and just create a image. So how we can create the image? Using the docker command, docker build, and then specify the tag name, and that image name would be, for example, remove bg background, right, image, and specify the dot and hit enter. It will take some time to create an image, and once you create an image, see the image got created, right? So also you can just make sure to that command docker images. So once you put that command, you will see this is that image name which we just created, right? So ideally you can use this command prompt, see that what are the image you just created. Also you can just check out using that docker desktop. So here that image just created, and you can run this application using like this way. You can just create an image directly from that image from here, and another way also you can just do that command. So I'll show you first command, then I'll use that. So let me clear that, and then use that docker run command, docker run, and then specify the port. And what would the port, my port would be 700, and the default one is one, this guy. And then what is my image name? So my image name would be this guy, right? So let me open this guy, and this is my image name. So let me click this guy, copy this guy completely, and go back and paste it over here, and that hit enter. Now once it's done, now you go to your desktop, docker desktop, go to that container. Now see, this container automatically got created, and it is running on this 87000, right? See, this is just, we just tell like, okay, run this over here, right? So open again desktop, and once I click this port, this endpoint, like, so click on this guy, see, so it is as of now nothing is opening, right? Why? Because I'll show you what. Now see, it is take some time, but after that it's got open, because it is taking some time to load in here. So if you go to that container, it will take some time to listening that point. Once you're listening the properly, it will render. And now this, see, first time it is saying is 404, right? That means it is required that file which we are specify over here, right? So first time they required that file to download to convert to that image, right? So let me choose any file over here, and for example, let me choose this guy. So once I choose this guy, see, and open that over here, See, it is trying to download over here that file which we are trying to add over in the root folder, right? So it will take some time to download on a 176 MB, because this is a some file which will help to convert your image. So this file required to download in your Docker virtual environment, and then once you download that, we are good to go to use. So first time only one time is required, so that's why it's taking some time. Now got downloaded, right? Now we are good to go to use. So see in action, for example, choose any file over here. Okay, this guy, let me choose this guy. Yeah, this guy already done, so let me remove this guy. Choose any of them which we have a background. Yeah, like this guy. So let me choose this guy. So it's got save, see, and let me open. Once I open, see, all that remove background got removed. Also we can make sure this file to here it is removed or not, right? So let me drag and drop. Now I am able to see it's got removed, right? So background got removed. So like this way, actually we can remove any image background using that simple program over here. And also we can just deploy it in our docker container, so that I can just publish any about the environment, right? So like this way actually you can just easily build. So that's all for this session. Thank you, have a nice day, and don't forget to like, subscribe and share.